Turn off all the lies like this. Do you like that?
This is Candid Talk Radio on intellectualradio.com, where tonight is the best night of your life because you get to see me and my cousin.
Hey, y'all.
And get to see
Tracy.
Tracy. Very, very, like, we go back to the womb, kind of, sort of. We didn't share one, but we go back to it.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
One of my big brothers from Morgan Park High School. Y'all see, I got my Mustang. I'm representing my Mustang and everything. I didn't put my earrings on. I just was forgetting. I forgot
Morgan
about
Park,
those.
class of 86 in the house.
Class of 86, class of 87, and some school Tasha went to. I think Thornridge, somewhere
I
over there.
Thornwood.
You get mixed up. Thornridge, Thornwood, Thorn.
And then Thorn.
Yeah.
Too many T's. Too many T's. It's nothing like the great Morgan Park.
That's right.
So we in the studio. Tracy's actually running for congressman for our Morgan Park alumni, and he really ain't want to. He thought he was going to literally come into the studio and sit in Chris's and Tasha's studio and not get on the mic.
Okay, now
we don't work at that. We don't do that at Intellectual Radio where Chris is at. No.
Now let's say what really happened.
Okay, right.
I told Chris I wanted to come in and kind of observe you guys and see how you guys do the show. And she's like, yeah, sure. Come on in. I get here. And then all of a sudden, Tracy pull up, put the headphones on. You're going to be on the show. So
because the one thing you did, you said that you want to come and observe.
Right.
There's no observation.
You
here. Observed when you was actually on Facebook Live.
Right.
When you want to give a shout out
but she did not say that.
Jackson.
She did not say that.
Jackson, I'm sorry.
You had already observed. Good evening, James and Frank and Tashaka. Good evening. Good evening. So yeah, we're
Sparkle,
here.
send me the information as well.
We are definitely here in the studio. We're missing Dion today. He's at the Bunny Ranch.
He is at the Bunny Ranch. He was supposed to be here.
He left.
So upset. Yes, he left me. We had some things to take care of, and he's not here.
Y'all talked about this last week?
No.
Were you here last week?
No, we wasn't here last week.
I know I wasn't here. Y'all wasn't here either?
No.
Oh, my bad.
We was here the week before last.
Oh, okay.
That's when you were sick under the covers. You seen under the covers?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was sick. Like she was sick with ice cream and the bells.
Well, that's how you be sick.
Hey, I was just trying to make it
I'm
happen.
the worst when I'm sick. You know,
Men are.
We're horrible.
Men
we're horrible.
are.
I'm gonna tell you. I am the worst. I want everything. I want potato chips. Can you give me some ice cream?
It must be a Morgan Park thing.
No, it's just men.
No.
We listen. You know, when we go down, we want everything.
Because they so used to being strong and once they hit them.
Yeah, that's why I always tip my hat to y'all.
When Tony came home, I literally had to undress him and everything yesterday. And he's like, I'm like, for real? Megan don't even do all that, just to get him in the bed.
We the worst.
Yeah.
We the worst.
But he was in pain, though. He was in so much pain yesterday. And he came in and he slept the whole night. He did not get out that bed one time. He slept. He was in so much pain.
Oh,
is he better today?
Yeah, he was better. He got up and went to work. I woke up, he was gone.
Cousin was going to get up and go to, even if he's in pain, he's going to get up and go to work.
Yeah, that's one man that's
going to work. He doesn't matter how he feel, no matter how much pain he's in, he's going to get up and go to work.
Yeah. So we're here. The election was Tuesday. Chicago has a new mayor.
Congratulations to our sister Coleman.
Oh, yes. And our wonderful sister Stephanie Coleman has won her election, 16th Ward Alderman.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, doing good things and big things in Inglewood.
Yes.
Yeah, and she won by a landslide. Lightfoot won by a landslide. But you know what? Chicago needed something new and it needed something different.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So Periwinkle wants to say she's not part of the machine. She is part of the machine. Come on, Ed Burke, Joe Barrios. Come on, you part of that machine.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I have a friend, classmate, Morgan Park, who was pro Tony.
Mm-hmm.
So we were going back and forth, and with Tony and Lightfoot.
Yeah, I saw a few.
Yeah, so to me, once she lied about the sugar tax and all that,
she lost me when she was talking about the murder
and Laquan McDonald. But lost me. Now see, you say that lost you, but they say Lori Lightfoot was part of that Laquan McDonald.
She wasn't as vocal,
but she was there.
Yeah,
she was part of it,
but she wasn't vocal. She knew when to shut up. Yeah. She knew to keep her mouth closed.
I think Lightfoot won because out of the blue, all of a sudden she had all this backing because Dr. Wilson backed her.
Right.
I think she got the votes from Willie Wilson.
Yeah,
So
she
the
got
ones that
she got
didn't.
his vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because he was out there stomping the grounds with her.
Right.
If you look at a lot of her things that she was at, you saw him there.
Well, that's a key point, is that she actually was on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
We have too many candidates that want to run for office, and I call them couch candidates.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get endorsements from people. They want, who's part of the political in crowd. But going door to door and actually talking to people, that makes an impact on a person. When you show up at my door and knock on my door and ask me directly for my support.
Yes.
Now, whether I'm going to support you now, I'm going to actually remember who you are.
Because you came to my
So
door.
she put her ground game. Remember, Lori Lightfoot had already declared she was going to run even before Rahm Emanuel said that he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So she was already putting her ground game into place.
Yeah.
Everybody else jumped in once Rahm said that he wasn't going to run.
Mm-hmm.
So, hats off to her. I'm happy to see that the city of Chicago does want something different, does want something new. And it's about time.
I know they're making a big issue because she kissed her wife right after she gave her speech. It's her wife.
Well, yeah, that's what you normally do.
It's acceptable nowadays.
It is.
And America made it
cannot come
acceptable.
against
So
it.
you can't have something against.
Mhm.
She has made history. She is the first African-American woman mayor for the city of Chicago. And she just happens to be,
Gay.
they don't say gay anymore.
I'm sorry.
LGBTQTXRYZ.
A, B, C, D, E,
something.
F, G.
What is it?
H, I,
LGB.
P, E, F, G.
No,
I don't
LGB
know.
community. We'll just say it like that. And she just happened.
ABC.
And again, like I said, Chicago people wanted the difference. Well, let's say the 33% that came out to vote wanted to make a difference in the city of Chicago. Stephanie Coleman, as you say, boots on the ground.
Mhm.
We
She was on
know
the ground,
Stephanie
yes,
was on the
we was-
ground
yes.
every day on the
Right.
weekend, Saturday, Sunday. She was at churches. She was very vocal. She was very present in her neighborhood.
She
She
was.
was like all
Knocking
over.
door to door. She
Door
was
to
making
door.
phone calls. She gave
But-
the senior citizens Valentine's Day
Yeah.
dance.
Mhm.
But
She's
she was
very
more
involved.
so on that ground.
Yep.
Boots
Well,
on the ground.
But that's really going to be the difference maker, I believe, as we go forward.
Mhm.
Because if we're going to bring people back into the civic process, then we're going to have to be going directly to them. Because that's really the 2/3 right now, and saying, you know what, we're tired of it. We're tired of all the lies. We're tired of everybody saying they're going to do stuff. And then when they get in there. Now, we do have a responsibility too.
Right.
We have to know, what their role is. We polled 1,000 people in my district prior to me making the decision to run for Congress, 1,000 registered voters who have been voting, and asked them 2 questions. Who is your member of Congress? And what's the function of a member of Congress?
And I bet they couldn't tell you.
94% couldn't tell me who their member was. 98 couldn't tell me what the function was.
Hey, Corbina.
So when you're dealing with that, that's our responsibility.
Corbiana.
So you think about it. If I'm running for an office, I'm interviewing. I'm saying, hey, I can do the job. So now once I do the job, who's going to hold me accountable? If you don't hold me accountable, then that's where corruption can come in.
Right.
But if you're holding that elected official accountable, then all of a sudden they have to toe the line, or they know the next election they're going to be out of there.
Right.
And I believe that's the way we're going now. I'm excited about
Well, I
it.
think you had a key point when you said that they don't know the function or the
Mhm.
duties of
Hey,
the
big sister
congressman. So if
Felita.
they don't know,
Mhm.
what would you tell them? What is the
Oh,
function of the congressman?
every elected official, their job description is public record.
Mhm.
Their staff is public record. The staff salaries are public record. These are tax dollars that actually fund these offices.
Well, Pookie and Ray Ray is not.
Well,
going-
we have to get it
Hey,
out there
Nicole.
to them. We have to, because a member of Congress can have a staff of 18 full-time people and 4 part-time people. They have a pool of money of $944,671 for that staff each year. And we're not holding them accountable. We have to know what's going on. A member of Congress of the U.S. House of Representatives make $174,000
Per year.
per year.
Yep.
And so once again, if they get in these positions and no one holds them accountable,
That's
then
right.
guess what?
Right.
All of a sudden now people are like, they didn't do the job. But ask yourself, do we even know what job they're supposed to be doing?
Absolutely.
Right.
not.
Accountability
Right,
is a
accountability.
big part.
And
If
so-
they don't know if they don't know the role that you play, then no, they're not going to hold you accountable.
Right. So that's the heavy lift that I want to do, and what we're getting ready to do. We're going to walk this whole district of the 7th congressional district. We're going to walk it. It's 597 precincts. and we're putting our boots down in every single precinct and knocking on doors. If you're not home, you're gonna see a little sticker that say, "Sorry, we missed you," but we would love to talk to you. Please contact our office, and we'll love to come back and talk to you and your neighbors. When we start, that's how you engage people back in the process.
Yes.
Because if you're not going to reach out to them, they're just fed up. But I would encourage people out there, if you didn't vote, please vote, because what you've done, you've actually done the work for the political gods that be. They suppressed your vote without you even knowing it. They actually suppressed your vote.
Hey, Dion,
because they know we were
in the studio with us today.
No, Dion got to handle some things.
Dion, I even came to see you, Brian. You ain't here.
Over Dion.
Our next Congressman, Tracy Jennings, Morgan Park alumni.
What made you want to run for Congress?
It was a couple of things. The first thing is communication. I have not received a piece of literature from my member of Congress since 2010.
Oh, wow.
Since 2010. So communication. I signed up over 6 years ago for the newsletter. I have not received one newsletter. Mismanagement of funds. My member of Congress goes over that $900,044.67, $9,044,671. They've gone over that for the last 7 years. Wow. So, and then a legislative agenda. In 22 years in Congress, my member of Congress has only passed one bill into law.
In 22 years?
In 22 years in Congress, there's only one bill that has been passed into law. And
he said, Tracy, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. My man, exclamation, exclamation.
What's up, man?
He has no voice. He has no
voice. He's at the Bunny Ranch.
He's at the Bunny Ranch. Every Thursday. It's like every other Thursday.
Yeah. So those were some of the things. And then just, like I said, before I made the decision to run, we talked to 1,000 registered voters who had been voting. And those two questions: who is your member of Congress? What's the function? And 94% couldn't tell me the member, and 98% couldn't tell me the function. Now, mind you, this went across all social economics, people who own businesses. I mean, professionals with PhDs. And they was like, I really don't know. And so that right there shows us that there's a disconnect right now.
Yes.
And people, I get it, y'all. We don't, I don't like politics. Whether you like politics or not, it's part of your life. Yeah. It's part of our life.
It's part of our everyday life.
It's part of our everyday life. And so we have to get involved and really understand, holding them accountable, knowing where to go and get the information. For instance, I want to train everybody that hears my voice. How do you hold a member of Congress accountable? It's called the Statements of Distribution. And each quarter, every dollar that a member of Congress spends, 60 days after that quarter, it is posted for the public to see. So
we need to be taking
from
notes.
their rent.
Wait a minute. Wait, you said 60 days?
So from the rents that they pay, the cars that they lease, the telephone bills they pay. Yes.
I need to run for office.
Wait a minute. I'm still stuck on the money. You said
$944,671.
That's their budget?
That's just, your overall budget. Your overall budget is calculated by how far your office is from DC. But the $944,671 that's your salary pool, and all members of Congress get that salary pool.
So that's what they can hire people.
They can hire 18 full-time staff
with $9,000.
$944,000.
Oh, $944,000.
Almost $1 million. Yes.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Where do I send my resume to? I'm serious. Are you building your team now? What does your team look like?
We get a job.
That's it. I'm putting them on. I can email it to you real quick. No, I'm serious.
Well, first of all, as a candidate, you can't promise anybody anything.
Exactly.
That's
easy. I understand that it's nothing in life is guaranteed.
Right.
But you went into the politics.
Hey,
I got a favor somewhere.
Well, that the favor.
Dion, nobody is hating on you. Crystal said Morgan Park is in the house.
That's right. Class 86, man. I'm representing you tonight.
Class of 93, I'm representing you guys.
Sean Bop is in the house. You played basketball with Sean.
Hey, Sean Littleton.
Yep, Sean Littleton. Yep.
So where do I send my resume to?
He said he's a candidate right now.
I'm a candidate.
He can't do anything.
I'm actually
right
running.
Now.
He's gonna win.
Definitely.
But that's what I want to do, is really engage people again, get people to think. Like you said, I want people to walk away scratching their head and saying, wow, why don't I know that? You know,
Yeah.
why have I been voting a particular way for all of these years and no one has ever shared that information with me? And that goes for your state reps, your state senators, your
I see
county
that.
commissioners, all of these things, you know, and once we start getting ourselves involved in that, then guess what? We're their boss. We're actually supposed to be sitting at the top of the food chain
Hey,
in this
Daryl.
democracy. But unfortunately, they've tricked us and to make us think that they're the biggest.
Not
No,
much. We got
you know,
Tracy Jennings
so,
in the
you know,
in the
that's
studio
what we
this
gotta do.
evening, class of '86, Morgan Park alumni running for Congress in 2020.
Trick Chris tricked me too.
I did not trick him. Everybody know that come to the studio. He tricked himself.
I did not know. I did not know that we was
And the
done.
thing about it, you have an excellent radio voice.
Well, I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you coming back. You gonna do your thing.
Oh, I
You
would
should have
love
brought
to.
your
I
wife.
would
I don't know why she ain't here
Well,
with
you
you.
know, I just like I said, I thought
Y'all
I was
live down
coming
the
in.
street. Come on now, for
We
real,
actually
like-
literally live
Did you
down the
walk
street.
here or did you
No, I
drive?
No, he
drove
drove that
Okay.
Cadillac outside.
You know what? She peeped you in the car and everything.
The TMJ.
TCLM.
See, I know it's
See, I don't even know all that
So-
stuff about cars.
I pay
Well,
attention
yeah,
to my surroundings.
and
Daryl
that-
said, "What's up?" Dion is not here with us tonight. Daryl,
Nope.
he playing at the Bunny Ranch.
He at the Bunny Ranch tied up with no pants on, $2
Oh,
holler.
God.
He getting
But
a 2 for 2.
Yeah. On Nasty Thursday.
Nasty Thursday.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
we,
yeah,
can't- we got a
yeah.
congressman in office. We can't be doing that today. Yeah, we got a congressman in office.
Hey, you gotta attract our people.
Oh,
We
yeah.
need their
Yeah, you
votes.
do.
You know,
We
we
need those rush votes. We need all of those votes.
Yeah, you know the ones that's going up and down Roosevelt Road right
The
about
one on
now.
154th
Yeah,
Street, downtown
yeah.
Harvey. We need all
Yeah,
those
we need
votes.
all
We need
those
all those
votes.
votes.
well, my congressional district doesn't go out that far, so you know. for Harvard.
Oh, that's okay. We will relocate them.
But yeah, so no, but that's what really motivates me is
Mm-hmm.
educating people and empowering us, because
Yes.
that's, you know, knowledge is power. And you know, just like when people who might be for the current member of Congress, and I tell people all the time, this is not a personal issue. I said, you know, we have to separate. Do you personally like someone
Do we have to?
to whether they can do the
Well,
job?
what congressmen do
You
we
know.
have for Illinois? We got Danny Davis, who's one of my favorites. Who is my favorite?
You do know it's the district.
Oh, that is his district. You're right. You running against Danny? Oh, get off my airwaves. Oh, no.
Oh no, what is it? Listen.
No, Danny, I love Danny Davis, but Danny is a wonderful person, but it's time for Danny to retire.
It's just time for
I
change.
think he has done his due diligence in Congress. He has actually had some excellent mentees that have gone on to become lobbyists, and one of them is a Cook County commissioner. I think he has, and Danny is one of them people where he gives everyone a chance.
Mhm.
You know, he will mentor you all the way, because he says to me all the time, Chris, I think you should be a lobbyist in DC. You know, he always tells me that. He said people will listen to you, and if they don't, I know you're gonna curse them out till they do.
She gonna demand the room's attention.
So,
You understand?
you know, he said you're
She
gonna be
pull
that
out the
person
belt.
he always said you'll be that person that demand recounts and everything else. He's like, you really need to think about becoming a lobbyist. I'm like, I don't have time for political agendas. Look, I'm gonna
She
do
talk
my
about it all
vote.
the time. She's
But
around them all
I
the
do,
time.
I do research. Like when I tell people, you research your candidate. Don't
Right.
just say, oh, they sound good on TV, they speak
Right.
well. No, you need to pull up their history, their background. You
But
research it.
that you know, that's really been the problem is
Hey,
that
Kim.
a lot of people, we have busy lives.
Yeah.
So how do we
Yes,
make
we
it
do.
easier?
Google.
You know, but
Hey,
not only that,
Deb.
one of the things that you can do, a member of Congress can actually use what's called the Frank Mail system. The Frank Mail system allows you to send mail out to every non-business address in your district. Now, remember, I have not received a piece of literature since 2010. And so, you know, it's when those things happen, you know, I don't really want to hear the excuses for it, because then you have social media. Well, if that's not being updated on a regular basis, well,
That's
what
true.
about your newsletter that's supposed to go out quarterly? That I haven't received one in since I signed up almost 6 years ago, I've never received one.
Okay.
So these are not personal issues for me, because the current member of Congress is a fraternity brother of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not a personal issue. And I really want to stress that to people, because they think if you run against someone, you have to dislike them.
Right. And that's
You
not
know,
the
and I
case
don't
at
have
all.
to dislike a person. I just feel, and then, you know, it's my right. This is my constitutional right. You know,
Yes.
to run for Congress is some very basic guidelines. You got to be 25 years old and have been a citizen for 7 years in the United States of America.
Yep.
That's pretty much, the criteria. And so, I'm exercising my constitutional right to run for an office that I believe in my heart that I can do a good job at. My background, I'm a U.S. veteran. I've managed in 2 Fortune 500 companies. I am a pastor for almost 16 years. I own my own real estate appraisal business. And then just up until last November, I was a public service administrator with the state of Illinois in 3 different agencies. So I believe I have a diverse background to actually do it. Yeah. So that's what I'm excited about, just to be able to get out there and let people know, that, hey, it's a new day. We don't have to keep, yelling at the television. And that's how this all came about. In August of 16, I was yelling at the television. I was like, this is ridiculous. And I heard that still small voice say, well, why don't you do something different?
Yeah.
And as I began to research, and I thought I was always politically in tune, but as I began to research, I really began to find out how much I didn't know. And I was like, wow. And so the more I researched, the more I began to say, wow, you know what? If I thought I knew and I found out how much I didn't know, where's the average person at?
Yes.
So, and then who's going to be willing? I'm a teacher. That's what I do. I love to help people. I don't get information and then want to hoard it. I'm not a gang leader. I want everybody to have the information. And then don't just take what I'm saying. Go research it for yourself.
Research it for yourself.
That way you have it, you own it. Nobody can ever take that away from you.
You have it, you own it, you got it.
Well, what's my favorite saying?
Your research is your
own research is your best research.
That's right.
So Deion Washington said, it is clearly about time that someone brought these as well as other issues to the light. So if nothing else, the people can make a more informed decision about who to choose and how to choose what's right for everyone. This is the season of change. And I think my classmate, my friend, my homeboy, Tracy Jennings, is the perfect agent for that change.
Hey, man, I thank you for the kind words.
Already.
We've actually kicked off the campaign in January. So the website and everything is up and running. We actually been doing our school tour. There's 195 public and charter schools in this district.
Oh, wow.
So we've been going. So if you follow me out there, Tracy Jennings for Congress is my Facebook. We're up on Instagram, Tracy Jennings IL. So Instagram, Twitter, same thing, Tracy Jennings IL. And I'm also on LinkedIn. So you can actually follow the journey that we're embarking upon.
Another Morgan Park alumni. We just be running this.
So yeah, but that's how people can actually, and then get involved. We're inviting you back into, the political process. For a cup of coffee, the cost of one of my favorite caramel frappuccino, $7. That you could support us with, because as we take this journey,
$7 for a cappuccino.
Well, caramel frappuccino from I can't say the store that I get that from.
$7. Is that a week supply?
You get a grande or
you get the grande.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
$2.61.
You know what?
They do the caramel fraps there too for $2.61.
You stay at the $7. I wanted to come over.
It's really I upcharge a little bit. It's like $6.24.
Yeah, but it is.
It's $3.
Yeah. But we're not advertising for anybody.
Right.
But still, it just depends where you go, because I'm with you where you go. So and to the point, I don't drink coffee.
You don't do it every day though.
Right. And I'm not a coffee drinker, but
every day.
Right.
$2.41.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't do it every day. I might do it once or twice a month. Just as a little treat.
Right.
So
and I actually have the little card, and I'm like, let me give me and I'm normally like the tea person.
Oh, okay.
But so I'm like, let me go give me a passion tea with lemonade, And I just happened to see the card in my car. I'm like, what's this card? And she was like, ma'am, you have $150 on here. I'm like, girl,
really?
give me a vente extra, whatever. Give me some of that lemon pound. Give me some of that lemon pound. One of the best stops for my baby.
Where your card at?
Paying that. It was a gift, and I'm like,
they put $150
because I was like, who gives you a scarf? It was one of my bosses though, but because I was like, who gives you $150?
Oh no, you get. I mean, those are good gifts, but I
don't drink coffee. That's
but they have all types.
Well, yeah,
the card.
No
card.
No.
So
because I probably got like $80 on there now, because like I said, I just discovered it, and I probably had it for about 2 or 3 years, and it don't expire.
Right.
So I didn't know.
Yeah, that was a generous gift.
Yeah.
Coffee. Yeah, $150.
Yeah.
On any card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, when I was like literally when I used to work for the law firm, this is what they gave us.
okay.
They gave us nice gift cards. And one firm I worked for, they had the secretaries go around to all the attorneys on that floor for cash, and we got cash bonuses. Like I was like astounded because one year I got over $2,000, and they were like, "You're
wow.
very good, you're kind, you're pleasant." And I'm like, "I'm all these things, okay." Yes.
Wow.
But it proved with the gift, and every
They
year
must
I
have
got
lied.
literally that was what I used for my kids' Christmas shopping. So could you imagine? Because I was a young mom at that time,
Mhm.
newly divorced, so that helped out. You know, and I
That
mean,
was
I worked for
awesome.
them for about 5 or 6 years,
Oh,
and
cool.
always look forward to that same.
Oh, yeah.
You know, of course, you ramp it up in September. Y'all need to eat
Yeah.
lunch.
Right.
Would you like
Be
for
on
me to?
time every day.
Would you like for me to run at the city hall for you? You know, you ramp it up, but you know, yeah. So, hey, Ivan. Hey, Tanya. Hi, Miss Wifey. I got your husband in the studio.
Hey, babe.
Hey, Dennis.
That's my why I got to give her a
That's
shout
his
out.
boo.
This
Another Morgan Park alumni.
Yeah,
Shout out, I
class of
say.
86.
And C. Williams is also
we,
Morgan Park alumni.
we have been married for 25
20
years. It'll be 26 in
Hey.
September.
Big brother Paul Thomas, class of 86.
I go another 86er.
Yeah.
And so she's truly my best friend and my number one supporter. So I just,
And
you
they
know,
are so cute together.
They got excited.
They are so, because every time you see them, they are just so cute. They just like the perfect couple. The perfect couple. And you know, it's no such thing as a perfect
Right.
couple, but if you
Right.
see Tracy and Cynthia coming around, the perfect
The perfect
couple. And their
couple.
kids are gorgeous.
we appreciate that.
You know, smart, intelligent kids. You can't help but follow them on Facebook and stuff because they are. You could tell that
The
they
perfect
put
couple.
Make
so
sure you
much
send me
into
a
their kids.
request too.
Okay.
'cause I
They
wanna-
kids are like them. And see, I've known them since they were younger, and they kids really mirror them as young people
Yeah,
when
my-
they were young. They really do.
Our daughter is in her second year of law school at
Oh, wow.
Marquette University. She's also the,
Congrats.
thank you. She's the president of the Black Law Student
Yes.
Association.
Woo, woo,
Hey,
woo.
Tamra.
Our son last year graduated with his master's in higher education. Now he works for Texas Christian University,
Okay,
TCU.
Wow. Good,
So yeah,
good.
he lives in Texas now. So
That's just another place for y'all to visit.
it is. So we're so proud of them and the things that they've accomplished in their life because his goal is to be an athletic director.
Okay.
You know, he played Division I football.
I
and-
was
and
about to say, did he play football?
Yeah.
Okay.
So but he had a plan. He said,
Yeah.
you know, if the pros didn't come, you know, I'm gonna get my master's. You know, I still thought that he would go into coaching because
Mm-hmm.
he's such a great leader, and he did coach
Happy
for a little
birthday,
while.
Sister
But
Yvonne.
he's on his path, so we're
Yeah.
proud of him. And my wife, here's another shameless plug. She got a new book coming out soon.
Girl,
Wow.
Cynthia,
Yeah,
you got a
so-
book.
Congrats.
She got a new book, her first book.
Paul Thomas said, "What up, Trace?"
What's going on, Paul? So she got a new book, and she has a blog. It's called Pearls to Ponder.
Oh, I gotta
so
get on. I
yeah,
didn't know
so
she
yeah,
got that.
Yeah, so she
Okay.
she has a gift of really ministering to women
Okay.
through the different hurts and things that
Did she
women.
preach? Cynthia, do you preach?
She's a teacher.
Oh, she's a teacher. Okay.
Yeah, so she ain't gonna shake a mic or nothing like that. You know, she ain't
So
gonna.
you're the pastor.
I'm the pastor.
Okay, what
Yeah.
church do you pastor?
Total Christian Life
And,
Ministry
and
In
Joliet.
Joliet.
I gotta go down there. He keeps sending me invitations. I was
Yeah,
like, I gotta
yeah,
be
Where's
there.
it located in
Yeah.
Joliet?
421 Patterson Road, Joliet,
Because
Illinois.
we have family out there. That's
Okay.
why she's asking.
And if they know, if they've been out there for a long time, we're
Thank
in
you.
the old
Send-
St. Paul.
Text me
That's
that
how
so I'll
people
remember
in
that.
I just
Joliet-
know what
708
Rogers is at.
Uh-huh.
I know what
890.
Chicago Road is
We're
at.
right off of Chicago Road.
9667.
So if
Okay.
you get off on Chicago Road,
I mean,
the
all y'all
first
got my
street
number
south
anyway.
is Patterson.
Okay,
And you get on Patterson, it's a windy road. It'll take you right to the church.
got it. What's your hours?
Sunday school is at 9 o'clock on
Mhm.
Sunday morning. Morning worship is 10:30.
What time you get out?
We're normally out by noon.
I'm coming to you at church.
And
We are
times
normal-
of Bears game.
we're-
Yeah, I'm like, wait a
That-
minute.
and
You said 12 o'clock. Wait, you said 12:30? 1 o'clock? Wait,
Oh no,
wait,
no.
3?
Believe me, I have a lot of sports fans that's part of our ministry, and we tell them. Now, what's funny? So we'll dismiss, and it's 5 to 12 or something. Then everybody wants to stand around and talk.
Right.
But if I was still speaking, then you kind of look like, okay,
Easing out
Pastor,
the
you want to
door, right,
you want
right.
to wrap this up? But no, we have some really good people that's part of our ministry. We actually took that area over 10 years ago when we bought our church down there. and instituted what's called the Change the Atmosphere Project.
We
And
have
that's-
Tracy Jennings.
you know.
He's running for Congress
Right, so how
for
do you
year
balance, like,
2020. So he's
the
in the
church,
studio, and we
your
don't have
members?
a specific
That's one
topic,
entity by
Sister Yvonne.
itself.
Hey,
Then how
brother-in-law
do you
Levi, how
balance,
are
like,
you?
The Congress.
Okay, Cynthia, I
Okay.
will. When I get off the radio, I will.
How do you balance all of that?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people don't realize 85% of all pastors in the United States of America actually work a traditional job.
Yeah.
So we've
a lot of people
always
don't
had to,
realize
we've
that.
always had to balance that. So when I first started
New
pastoring,
age pastors,
yeah.
I don't know.
but see, that's a very small percentage.
Yeah.
Most pastors, like I said, work a traditional job. So when I started pastoring, I own my own real estate appraisal business. So I've always worked. And then
Trina, how are you?
And when the housing market crashed, I then was a pastor, just solely a pastor for a number of years. But then an opportunity came to work for the state of Illinois. So I took that because it's just part of what most of us do.
Right.
You see the ones that are on television, that's a very small percentage.
Very, very
Very
small.
small.
And so, because I
percentage, yes.
always tell people when they say, well, pastors do this and pastors do that. I'm like, really, when you
Hey,
think about
Aaron,
it,
how are you?
look at how many churches you pass. They're small.
Mhm.
Most churches are 50 members or less, and so
How many members do you have?
about 150 that's on
Okay.
our roll. So,
Okay.
but one thing I always say, I'm not in it for how many
Mhm.
because I believe that 50 strong can do what 500 weak can.
Right.
And so we actually, in our area, when we went down there 10 years ago, the area that I started pastoring in was blighted. Trash, a lot of issues.
No specific
that was,
topic, Aaron. We just
we just
breeze.
since they did this to me, I'm gonna just
Hey,
phone.
Kim. No
So-
specific talking. We talking a little politics. Actually, Tracy is running. His name is Tracy Jennings, and he's running for congressman of the 7th district in 2020. So he's a classmate of mine. Like I said, we practically go back to the womb, and he decided that he was going to come down,
And
and observe. So this is the last time I'm going to say this. If you want to come to the studio,
You getting
don't
on this
say
mic.
that you coming to observing because you're observing now. I
So you
will
hear
put
that,
you
Julia?
on the mic.
Do you
We'll
hear
get
that?
on the
Come.
mic. Hey, Kim.
But
So he
I-
can stop all of that nonsense he over there talking.
But I'm glad that that you guys gave me this opportunity. But back to Project Change the Atmosphere.
Hey,
when we
Michelle.
saw that there
Happy
were issues
birthday
in
or
the
belated
community,
birthday.
the first thing we did, we went to some elected officials, and sometimes it's good when an outsider come in. I'm not from Joliet,
Mhm.
so when I came in that area, people in Joliet was like, "Well, it's always been like that." I'm like, "No, we can do better than this." And so in 2009, we ran a protest against the township because I said our church is in the township, not in the city of Joliet, but we have a
Okay,
Joliet
Aaron.
address. So we ran a protest against the
You're
township.
welcome anytime.
And the thing was equal treatment for all in Joliet Township. And from that time, we got road striping. It's all on my website. We got 22 stop signs put up. We got abandoned houses torn down. And then not only that, once we cleaned it up, our men's department go out every Saturday, weather permitting, and make sure a mile stretch is still clean.
Hey, Kimberly.
Because trash
How's my
attracts trash.
nephews and nieces
Crime has
doing?
gone down, property values have gone up, and literally the pastors in that area joke with me. They like, "Jennings, it's not even a piece of paper in your parking lot."
Wow.
And I'm like, and if it was, we'll get it,
We'll get
because
it.
trash attracts trash. And so that's the type of mentality that we want to take.
Women,
We
did
need-
y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Trash attract
I was
trash.
about to say Trash.
That's next Thursday's topic, yeah.
Right. Trash attract trash.
That's a message all by itself.
All
for
by
the women's
itself.
ministry. You understand? Trash attract
That's
trash.
it.
That's
That's
gonna be
it.
your message in this
Hey,
house.
best friend Keita.
So yeah, so that's
Trash
that's
attract
kind of,
trash.
and I just want to broaden that. I want people to get engaged, and I'm a servant leader. I've always been able to use my hands and do it. So when we first started cleaning up the area, I led that, and then our men were like, "Pastor, okay, enough. It's enough of us, to do this." And in fact, every new man that comes in our church, that's how we jump them in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you start cleaning Patterson Road. This is part of it. They then take that back to their own neighborhoods, and they start cleaning their own neighborhoods, and they'll come
Going
back.
back to the
Yeah,
basics.
that's
You
it.
have a
That's, you
strategy.
always got to
Yes,
go back
you
to
have to.
basics.
That's-
Yes.
So they'll come back and they'll be like, so excited, like, "Pastor, my neighbors was like, why are you doing this?" And then I just tell them what you tell us, because trash attracts trash. They was like, "Oh my God." Then now all of a sudden you're changing people's behavior. you know, but you got to be the one that, you know, who's going to get out there? Who's going to mix it up? Who's going to say, you know what? If
Hey,
nobody's going to do it,
Satanya.
then I'll do it. You know, and if they don't want to go, I'll go. That's just how I feel.
But
about
not
that.
only are you changing their behavior, you're changing their mindset.
Yes.
Because when they
Yes.
go out there and start
Yes.
valuing the trash,
Yes.
and then it's going like, okay, I want to own my property.
Yes.
So now you don't want
Hey,
to
Tommy
Yes.
Berry. Hey, I
Yes.
put you in the
Yeah.
prayer
Yeah.
box.
What you
I hope
want.
you
I'm
feeling
looking at
better.
the
I
strategy.
put definitely
But
put you in the
that,
prayer box.
because now that area, people who grew up down in that area was told when they were younger.
So tell you,
go
girl,
over
where you
there.
been?
Now I laugh all the time because we have, you know, obviously different families, but
Hey,
some of the
Mark.
single ladies
Mark
that's
Carpenter
part of.
sitting on here.
What's up, Mark?
Mark, I got Tracy Jennings in the
So
studio
some-
with me.
So some of the single ladies will be at Bible study and it's dark. And I said, think about how far y'all have come. Remember they used to tell y'all not to come over into this area? You know, so when we went down, we had a vision. We cleaned up
I
everything.
hear that girl
Tore
growing.
down
You are
all
absolutely
types of
right.
took down trees, everything, and it's just a clean
Hey,
area.
Lady
So the only
Lou,
thing
I'm
they
still
let me
mad
do
I
now.
didn't get to see you
So
when
the
you was
man who
visiting
cleaned
here.
up the roads, they said, "Well, Pastor, we don't want you doing that." So they bought me a backpack blower, so I'll blow my parking
Oh,
lot.
wow.
They know I can't stop. I can't. I just because when you come to our church, I want you to feel when you pull up, like, wow, these people are really taking care of this property.
Okay.
And so you just be a good steward over what God has given you. You know, we don't have, you know, a grand edifice or anything like that. But what we have,
I'm
we have
glad you're
taken
feeling
good
better,
care
Tony.
of it. And you can look that up at totalchristianlife.org. You know,
Mhm.
it's a video, about a 5-minute video where our audio
church?
visual Total Christian
Total
Life
Christian,
Total
Life
Christian
Ministry.
Total
on Patterson.
Christian Life Ministry
and
I'm not
Joliet.
having no
and
book.
Joliet.
But see, if you go to the website, it's a video that our audio video department actually, they have a drone.
Mhm.
And so, you know, the flying drone.
Oh, okay.
So it can go out about a mile.
Mhm.
So they did, it was beautiful. They just did the overhead and then took it
Hey,
into the
Angela
church.
Such a
James.
proud
You know?
pastor.
I love them. I love them. I love the people because
Yeah.
that's why I said it. You know, a lot of people think you need a lot of people to make
Hey,
change. You don't.
CCMAM.
You can make change yourself. You know, one person can make a difference.
One person
true.
definitely can make
Yeah.
a difference. And you see how Tracy is. Tracy has this mild manner. Tracy has been this way his whole entire life.
Wow.
His whole,
I mean,
what
when
you
when
see
you
is
say
what
we
you
go
get.
back,
I'm telling you.
her brother used to cut my hair.
Right,
I
we go
ate
way,
dinner
way
at their
back.
house.
Yes.
You know, can I say they had chickens in the backyard?
Yes.
You know?
And you know
That-
they didn't believe my story about Fred the turkey.
They
People-
didn't?
No, don't.
Oh,
They
no.
don't.
If-
It's
Audience,
okay.
oh no,
they
that,
didn't believe my story
oh,
about Fred.
that was real. that
Yes,
was real.
Fred was my pet turkey,
Yes,
and my mom
yes.
murdered him, and they had him for
Hey,
Thanksgiving.
Corbiano, my baby.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. yes.
Tracy can attest to it.
All
We
of that
had
is real.
chicken, we
Yes.
had rabbits, we had
Yes.
everything in the
Yes.
city of
They
Chicago.
sure did.
And they
And
came
then
back.
they remember y'all house
Barbara
out in
Jean,
Indiana.
you murdered my turkey, Fred.
I even went to their house in Indiana. Remember y'all had the house in
we
Indiana?
we still do.
Yeah.
We have
Oh, y'all
all,
still got
we
it?
still
Oh, okay.
I think me personally, I think I have about 8 to 10 acres. I know my mom
Okay.
bought acres for all
Yep.
the kids, so we all have
Yep,
land
yep.
up there.
I remember
Will they
going
ever
out
get
there.
me up there?
Okay.
Absolutely
Yes.
not.
But are they still local or are they in Indiana?
Who my mom?
Yeah,
My mom. Well, you
yeah.
know, my dad passed
Right,
in 2001. My
right.
mom, she goes back and forth up there.
Oh, okay.
I got an uncle that live up there and cousins. So
Okay.
if it's something family related, I'll take that drive.
Right.
But when I see high grass, that's snakes,
Yeah.
tigers, bears. Oh my!
Gotcha.
Chris not living in the
Yeah,
country.
I remember
I'm a
going
city
up
girl.
there. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
going up there.
So no, he did not have to. He did not have to sacrifice for Thanksgiving. My mother murdered him, and I just had this conversation with her last week because that's how traumatic and traumatized I was. I to this day
Hey,
still
Karen.
do not eat
Hey,
turkey.
sister.
Really?
I don't eat turkey.
Oh wow.
I'm
Hey,
thinking
Kimberly.
the whole time it's just something.
Oh wow. Okay.
I do not eat turkey because she killed Fred. I mean,
thinking you're
I
allergic
ran.
to turkey.
No, I read home and I fed Fred. I played with
Lydia,
Fred.
we
He
need about 5
listened.
turkeys. You
He
understand?
listened to me. He listened to my problems. He didn't talk back. You know, he did his gobble gobble. He understood me.
Did they tell you they were gonna do
They
it?
lied. Oh, he died of a heart attack.
Oh my God.
And so we're at Thanksgiving dinner, and Charles, of course,
Uh-huh.
dipping it in gravy, and he
Uh-huh.
was smacking. I'm like, what is this boy problem? You know, because I was about 11. Fred sure tastes good.
Oh,
Fred sure tastes
wow.
good.
Now we
Yeah,
understand
now
why she
that's
don't eat
traumatic.
Right,
That's
it is. So,
traumatic,
you know,
yeah.
I'm sitting up here like,
Yeah.
Fred,
Right.
Fred had a heart attack.
Oh wow.
They're like,
you didn't eat any of Fred?
no,
did you?
because I'm
Okay.
real funny. Because even to this day, sides get eaten first before I eat meat,
Okay.
and that's how it was.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so
I'm
no.
glad you didn't eat it.
No,
because
no,
that probably
no.
would have.
Yeah, no. I mean, my brothers were horrible. They were great brothers, but they were horrible, horrible. They did. I mean, I remember I was eating watermelon and I swallowed some water.
Yeah.
And to tell my mother that you better tell her, you better tell her. I'm starting crying. You know, my mother's, they like, what is wrong with you? I'm pregnant.
Oh wow.
When I tell you,
Barbara
Arthur
Jean.
Jean and Barbara Jean was like, what? You know, my father, oh, by who? By who? I just ate watermelon. You're looking like.
Oh Lord.
Charles used to get.
Yeah.
Because he was a prankster.
Oh yeah.
He was a prankster.
Yeah. True story about
Hey,
Charles.
Yolanda.
Charles used to cut my hair, and
Stop it.
We wind up.
Sly.
I had some guards, and I called myself going to give myself a little trim, right? So it was so messed up. So I put a do-rag on. I go down to Charles' house.
How are you?
I said, "No, when I take this do-rag off, promise me you will not laugh." He's like, "Man, come on! I didn't see people mess up their hair all plenty. So don't worry about it." I took that. He tried to cut that.
Bald, huh?
Yeah, I actually had to go bald.
Yeah.
And so he cut every day. The man was on the floor. Every time he tried to put the clippers up, he just fall out laughing.
And see, my brother was extremely, extremely silly.
What made you want to go into real estate?
Actually, I wanted to go. I was rehabbing properties.
Somebody just asked me for an appraiser
And
too.
I'm no
You're
longer
not
an
doing it,
appraiser.
though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
still got the
rehabbing
company?
property. No,
Okay.
no, that was talking to someone and they mentioned it.
Hey, nephew.
And I was like, you know what?
Nephew
That would
Liam.
be a pretty interesting thing. So I
It's
looked
not funny,
into it.
Dion.
And that's the only thing, life, you don't have regrets. But I do.
We can do that.
I wish I never let my
Appraise
life
all over
change the
again.
whole rules. But I
Yeah.
have over 4,000 properties that I appraise. I'm not going to go back and start over,
Yeah.
So
They
was
want
the
you to go
only
back
I
and
want
do
to
it.
take that
yeah,
test.
and I'm gonna tell you that from 03 to 09
Mm.
was some of the best times of my life.
Mhm.
And seeing all of these different things. And then you begin to say, you know what? Why can't every community look like this?
Yes.
Wow.
Why is it that you go into certain places and it's just beautiful? Everything is intact.
Mhm.
And I'm like, you know what? We can do better. And that's why my campaign
We gotta want to do
slogan
better.
is expect more. And so
Okay.
we have to challenge ourselves. We have to challenge ourselves.
Oh, it is on the back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just look at the front.
Yeah. So
No,
y'all,
expect more.
expect more.
And you got to leave some of your cards in the
Okay.
studio too.
I got you.
Running recently.
Well, we're running now. We're
Well, I'm
running now.
saying,
Yeah.
when it heats up,
Yeah.
you definitely
No,
have
I'm starting
to.
with the ground. I'm starting
Yeah.
with you.
Right.
Now.
Right. Well,
I'll get
listen.
my
and
resume.
I can get you to talk to,
There
She know everybody.
Yeah, I know Krista.
She know
I know
everybody.
Krista.
You want a cat, a dog, you need
But no, this-
politics, real
Right. This
estate,
is what I was saying.
you need a turkey.
attorneys.
She's the one.
If you
Attorneys,
guys want me to come
food
back
pantries.
once a month or something, and we
Once a month.
you know,
every
we-
Thursday.
Oh no, we're here every Thursday.
well, I mean,
7, 8.
well, I said, I
You
mean,
live that street.
Right down the street.
About once a month. Where you get that from?
Oh, he gotta go to
Well,
Joliet. He gotta go to
but-
Congress. He
Not
gotta
on Thursdays.
no, what that?
No,
that-
Thursday?
Bible says on Wednesday night,
See?
but
Okay, so
you
what you
know-
doing at 7?
that's what I'm saying. I mean, we'll talk.
Okay,
What we talking about?
We're on air.
we solidifying it right now.
Right.
We solidifying everything.
You're in. You're plugged in there.
Well, I'm gonna be the good husband.
Okay.
And
Oh,
we're
you got to
gonna
talk to
discuss
yes.
this with my wife.
and
but no.
Cynthia, you can come too.
Yes, you can.
You're more than welcome.
And she's a great speaker as well. So
Oh, I get to have both
know.
y'all in the God. But see, we got to be on our best behaviors because Tracy's a pastor,
I'm always on my
and
best behavior.
my husband is a pastor.
Mhm.
But look, I always
You are
say
first lady.
he know what he married. Just keep it real. My husband knows me. He knows my heart. I don't do any bad things real recently, but
don't believe that?
you know,
So people, if you do Facebook Live, they can see me.
yes.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh,
Sharice,
okay.
hit your Facebook Live,
Okay.
and then they'll be able to
y'all,
see you
y'all
on
show
there.
me how I do this stuff.
Tasha, help him real quick.
Okay. How do I-
Tracy's gonna go Facebook Live, you guys, so
Yeah,
you can see him
so-
too.
Right.
just go live.
What's
Yep,
on your
hit the
mind?
live.
Okay.
There you go, right there.
And
And
just
then
say okay.
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 Cynthia, you getting on this
Hey.
mic. You are getting on this mic.
Is this where? Okay, so put
You
it
can
right
do-
there.
yeah, we normally
Okay.
have little stands. Next time you come,
Okay.
we'll make
Now
sure you have a
you gotta
stand.
start live video.
Hit your start live video.
He's on
Technology.
Facebook Live.
Okay, there we go.
Cynthia, you
Yeah,
getting
so
on the
should I-
mic. He
should
said
I-
you speak very well
Okay.
too, so you
Is that-
definitely
is that
getting on
okay?
this mic. And
Okay.
Cynthia, you
Okay,
could come and
gotcha.
talk about your book and your blog.
And your blog. I want
Yes.
to know more about the blog.
I want to know about the blog too. She sent me the information, so I'm gonna give it to you so you can inbox her so she can add you to the newsletter also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, that's
Hey,
I
Cherise,
really
how's
get-
that
I
Garza
really get excited
workout thing
about
going?
helping people become part of this civic process. That
Okay.
really
Yeah.
motivates me. Especially when I can share information that people like. Wow, I didn't know about that.
What fraternity are you with?
Alpha Phi Alpha.
Oh, you're Alpha. My
Yeah.
son is an Alpha.
Oh,
See? And he's a great young man.
He's got to be a good
He
man.
is an awesome young man. He is both. He is a male
Chris.
version me.
He's
Okay.
a male Chris.
Okay.
He travels work. Right now
Mhm.
he's in Dallas.
Okay.
He's just an awesome young man.
Well,
He
that's
went to
great.
college. They both went to college. They both do their thing. I didn't have to go up to school for anything. I didn't have to beat them. I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and he's an alpha, and you definitely know an alpha man. But I'm really in a house with an alpha. When my oldest son, he's a Kappa.
Okay.
Then my husband is Iota.
Okay. So you got 3 of the divine nine. Huh?
I'm sitting up here like,
Yeah.
what is going on here?
Okay.
So you can imagine when they were going through their process, and they're 2 years behind each other. You got
Okay.
the one with the red and white, and then you got the black and the gold, and it's always, well, why you pledging them? Why you ain't over here? And because they've always followed each other their whole lives, you
Mhm.
would. Hey, Renee. Hey, Christopher. Chris said he had clients tonight. Didn't know you were going. Chris, really? Did you ask me? The Chris is we supposed to be in tune up here with each other. Like I could call my girl Chris right now, and she's gonna be like, "Are you going to Cafe de Luca?" My mind is saying yeah, but I got to make sure she's there. So, Chris, you got to get more in tune with the Chris. The 3 Chris's, you got to get in tune with us Chris's now.
So when people
Hey,
start
Sherva
doing this, I
Caldwell,
need to
all the way
respond back
from
to them or just say,
Texas.
"Hey, what's
How
going
are
on?"
you, my love?
Hey, what's going on, Mark? Okay.
See, so yeah,
Your church
so
is
you
on
just
Facebook Live?
No.
Why?
Because I we've talked about it, and we might.
is your members Facebook friends with you? I keep hitting
Oh
this.
yes, some of them are our Facebook. We
Yeah.
have our own church Facebook page.
Okay.
But you all just don't go live.
Yeah, not often.
Okay.
Yeah, people.
Well, they can see you
people-
if they're your friends.
People
So.
actually, they'll be doing the live.
In
But
church, yeah.
Yeah. the only reason I don't do live because I really value the fellowship.
Mhm.
And sometimes people, if they know you're live, they'll just be like, "Well, I'll just watch them live as opposed to coming."
Coming to church.
Right.
That
And
is
so
what I say.
I really
Yeah,
value the
I see
fellowship.
that point, but
Yeah.
then also. you
But
get
we
the
can
ones-
record it,
Mhm.
and so then they can watch it versus it just being live. You see what I'm saying? So
So if the service is recorded, they can go back.
we
You got all-
record
you
all of
do
our
audio,
service, and
video?
we're going to start actually uploading all of those. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Because sometimes when people have been church hurt, they want to make
Oh,
sure see
sure,
exactly what's
sure.
going on in the
Well-
churches and stuff like
Well,
that.
this is what we tell people. If you came to Total Christian Life Ministry, you wouldn't. We don't open up the church doors and say, "Hey, come be a part of this church." We want you to come to all of the services. We only have 3: Sunday school, morning worship, Bible study,
Mhm.
and then come for a while. We've had people literally come on a regular basis for years before they put their membership there.
Oh wow.
Because I want you to make sure that that this is where you want to be.
So you don't do the doors of the church are open?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
because having the Spirit of God moves you.
Mhm.
But I just know, like you said, there's a lot of church hurt out there.
Yes.
And I don't want people to make a decision off of emotion and then get
Mhm.
home and regret it
And regret it. Yeah.
and say,
Mhm.
you know what? And,
That's
and
good.
so what's the use of them coming in,
Hey,
putting their
Melanie.
membership there, and then we never see them again?
Yes.
So, come for a while, check us out, see how we are. One thing you're gonna get when you come to our church is we like to hug, but we hug you the right way, sisters. I even taught how to do that on the shoulder there, on the shoulder.
Right.
But we want you to feel welcome.
Yeah.
And some of our new members that came in first quarter, we just had a little thing for them Sunday, and they said that was before they even ever heard me speak. They said it was the members who their hospitality that really drew them to the church. And I tell them, I said, listen, y'all, that's fantastic.
And
because-
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can
That you
go
bear.
the hospitality. When you're coming into a church,
Mhm.
that'll make or break
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
If you
Rolling
got
of the
a, if
eyes.
you
Yeah,
got a
territorial
nasty
seats and all of
hospitality or a
this, and
nasty
yeah, you
usher,
Yes.
right.
Mhm.
No,
because
we
that speaks volumes on
right,
what kind of pastor are you if you allow
right. If you're
people
allowing that,
that has
right,
this nasty attitude
right.
to be your
Yeah.
first person that I
Yeah,
come in
that people
contact
see.
with.
Right.
So we just try to make you feel at home. We're
Yeah.
gonna make you feel welcome. One thing you're gonna do, I have a great sense of humor. So, you know, you're gonna smile. That's one thing I always tell people. And they say, well, why, why do you smile? Are you happy every day? I said, well, listen, yes, I am. I can't tell you the last day that I did not smile, that I did not laugh, because laughter is a medicine. And so, that's why
Felita says nasty membership also.
Thank you.
Yes,
And that's when you're speaking to the people that got that same pew every week.
Yes,
This my pew.
and
This
we'll
my seat.
and,
This my
and
seat.
we'll have a real issue
Yeah.
if somebody's sitting there.
Right.
That's we who like to sit in a general area though.
Mhm.
But they know sometimes I'll make each side, the whole side switch. I say everybody, I
cousin
want just
Malcolm.
switch sides. So everybody that normally sit on this side, it just go in your row. So the whole side's a switch, and that
Right.
it's just
What's your
something.
denomination?
We're non-denominational.
Non-denominational.
Yeah.
And as a person that grew up in the church,
Yes, both of us. Yeah.
Yeah, right there, Morgan Park. My whole life, that's all I've known. And hi, Lynette, another Morgan Park class of '86. As a person that grew up in church, and as you grow up, you're taught one thing, and you adhere to these things.
Hey, what's going on, Phil?
But once you become an adult,
What's going on, Bob?
And you start understanding, you have to understand what God is for yourself, not because somebody is telling you what God is, but who God is. If I don't feel like I'm spiritually fed at a church, it's not a church for me. I have to get something out of it. So a lot of people.
Oh, I'm new to this, y'all. So I'm starting to see.
And I mean, I've been to churches. Have you ever been to the church and the pastor is like shaking your hand and they're rubbing your hand? That is just like the most irritating thing. And I got a pastor that does that every time. So
you don't want that pastor like, man.
I literally had a pastor.
Sister Chris.
I literally had a pastor shake my hand and take his finger and do me something like that in the middle. I never knew what that meant. I did not know what it. No, I did not know what that meant.
You know what I mean now?
Yeah, because my boss told me.
but that's sad.
Yeah, and he's an old guy, like old.
But that's sad that ladies have had those experiences in church. And I could say unequivocally, in my 16 years, I've taught how to properly hug. I've taught that, I didn't know
what it meant for Lita. He did the middle finger in my finger in the middle of my hand.
I will not have a conference with the woman by myself. My wife is always there. You have to keep you have to keep
because you're not supposed to.
You don't supposed to do that.
There's
you don't go behind closed doors with a female and nobody's there.
No.
You can't.
I always have a witness.
Yeah, and so those are the things that we wanted to bring out to say, listen, the last thing I want to put on someone is to cause a church hurt to them. So I'm like, no, you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about me looking at you, winking at you and all those types of things. I always say there's wrong, but that's double wrong to me.
Well, they say most pimps are the pastors of churches.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Especially when you see them with the little gold chain down and the little perms going back to
as you see me, I don't have no gold chain. I ain't got no perms.
But no, you're right. You shouldn't, a lot of women, when they're going through a lot of hurt, the first person they want to run to is their pastor. But sometimes these women also have ulterior motives as well.
Because they want to be the first lady, but not qualified.
And you have to be careful with that.
Exactly.
I mean, we've had situations over obviously almost 16 years where, oh, pastor, can I talk to you? Or, yeah, sure. And then when we show up, my wife is right there. It's like, oh, you thought I was coming by myself?
No, Sly.
No, that'll never happen. I'm not going to do that. Hey, my son in Texas, what's up, man?
And the thing is, even if it's not your wife, but it should always be the first lady
Prophetess Golden
of the church or a deaconess. We're going over a little bit, not much, or a deaconess of the church. Okay. You should never just be in there. Because I get people that call my husband like, oh, yeah, whatever. Chris, I'm like, yeah, okay. But we're a small church and we have two other pastors in the church with us. So they're called the Divine Three. Okay. Because we have Pastor Hughes, Pastor Kim, and Pastor Hugh. Okay. So they each take a Sunday and they preach, and it's perspective.
Wow.
So, and they always say, we're not bigger than the other. We're all pastors.
What's going on,
equal
Kevin
footing.
Thomas? That's my frat. Just
So-
hey, babe, that's my
so-
wife watching me now.
Cindy, you got
Hey,
Hey, Randall. But it's very important
Lori.
for people still to be in church. A lot of people, again, because of the church hurt, because you go to some churches and they're collecting 3 or 4 offerings. They got an offering for every little thing. Hey, you want the bathroom? Put your offering in there first. We got an offer for to go to the bathroom.
We even teach on financial responsibility. We teach a formula called 10-10-30-50. We've been teaching it.
10, 10, 30,
I'll
50.
come back and we'll teach
Okay.
y'all on that. 'Cause
Okay.
that
10,
gives
10,
you
30,
financial
50.
freedom.
Okay.
And so you
I
won't
need to know
you
that
won't,
before you come.
I
You know?
You
need
come
a
back.
notebook, like
I need to
10,
know
10,
that.
30,
I told you we need a notebook,
But that's what
Tracy. Let me taking notes with you.
We're gonna
Hey, my
break
brother
some things
Terrell
down
Wilson, how you doing,
and
buddy?
since y'all want me to come back, I'll come back and then
You
we'll
give
take
some
a
valuable
take a
information. Like,
topic.
listen.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We're gonna take topics.
437
then-
Jefferson. Is that the right address?
421 Patterson Road.
Hey,
She all
421
she-
Patterson
she-
Road,
she
Total
wasn't in-
Christian Ministry.
she would have got to Joliet, but she sure wouldn't have got to us. I can tell you that much.
Patterson. Okay, listen. I'm gonna get
Hey
there.
Jerry. So
I got
man.
Terrell is on my feed. He is entrepreneur, and he came up with this awesome thing, which he's going to come on the show and talk about it once he gets it. You don't have him yet, right, T? But he's going to come on. It's something that's very unique and something very nice that he discovered and patent and all that.
Okay.
can you wave if you do this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hey
You
y'all.
waved.
I'll just wave. This is all
You
new
can
to me,
wave.
so
You
I'm
can
actually
you can actually bring it like where Cynthia's
Yeah,
at. You can bring her on
live.
camera. When you go
Oh,
back to
really?
her name, it
Yeah.
says bring them on camera, and then you can bring them on camera also.
Okay. I'm a
So-
quick learner. One thing about it, I'm a quick learner. So, we're gonna.
I told her to call me after 8. I guess it is after 8. She only doing
Uh-huh.
right, but I have to give her a call back.
Oh
So-
yeah. So we supposed to put this like on airplane mode or something. Or
No,
do not disturb.
no, just people normally know when we on that they
Oh,
don't
okay.
call us, but she just.
Okay.
I told her to call me at 8, so she's very obedient. Love that about her,
Okay.
Sister Lauren.
Hey, Sister Lauren.
She's not on, but
Oh,
she
okay.
called me because I told her to call me after 8.
What's up, bro?
But
Good to be
yeah,
on.
so we'd love to have you come back and
I would love to come back.
come
I mean,
in
thank
and-
you guys for making me feel so comfortable
yeah.
and just
Absolutely.
throwing me right into the fire.
Hey,
but
that's
said
how you
want to
learn.
observe.
That's
You said just
hey,
quick
you know.
learner.
You know?
You observe when you're looking at me on the phone.
Absolutely.
you. I
That's
I
your
got you now.
And
observation.
then
I
you
got you.
inquired,
I got
which
you.
is the next one.
All
And then
right.
you can't lay down the law.
Okay.
Yep, that's
We gotta
it.
read- we
Hey,
gotta read
Kevin
the Bible. I was in
James,
class
how
today.
are
Well, I
you?
appreciate it. What's up, Kevin?
So, which Kevin was that? Peg
This is
or Thomas?
Kevin James over here.
Oh, Kevin, he's
Yeah.
over here too.
Yeah,
Oh, he
we-
must have switched over to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nigga go, John. What's up, John? John Edwards. Oh wow, this is gonna be nice to
Yeah, you get to
everybody.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody get to talk and
Yeah.
so.
I'm
okay.
going to give a big old condolences to Eric Travis
Yes.
Harris family.
Yes.
Everybody loved Eric. He was a character as well. And his homegoing is tomorrow. Just want to ask everybody to continue to lift that family up in prayers. Young man, 52, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. Just
Young man.
class of '85.
Yeah, young man.
Yeah.
So lift him up in prayer. Also, LaPaula Nelson, I mentioned at the last time. Please keep her family lifted up in prayer. I've literally lost eight people from Morgan Park since
Yeah.
December.
Yeah. It's been
So,
a rough stretch.
It's been
for us.
a
It
rough
really
stretch,
has.
a very
Yeah.
very rough,
Yeah.
stretch. Eric is Eric was my big brother. They all play basketball with my brother, so that's how I come in contact with everybody. But hey, brother Cedric Short. But yeah, so want to keep all those families in prayer and happy birthday. I'm just going to say to the April birthdays, it's so many of you guys. It's ridiculous in April.
Mhm.
April is like
My
August.
son, his birthday is on the 18th. He'll be 27, man.
And happy
know,
birthday
Reggie
to
Jennings.
little Reggie. No, I was
Yeah.
about to say little Tracy.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
my
Reggie
daughter-
Jennings.
my-
and I can't call you little because
Yeah.
I know that you
Yeah, he's
got that
taller
height
than
on
me.
you. Yeah, he
And
got
My
that
mom's
height.
birthday was on April 1st, so happy belated birthday, Mom.
My sister
my-
Dorothy birthday is this weekend, April 6th. Happy birthday to my big sister Dorothy.
and my daughter's Kuyara birthday is on April 8th. She'll be 25.
Right there, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
It-
and
it-
then my mom and dad anniversary April 12th.
Then
They
my
would have
best
been
friend Keita's
married for
birthday
like
on the
60
16th.
years. Wow, if he was still alive, they would have been married for 60 years.
Wow.
My father had a life sentence with my mom. She was a lifer.
Oh yeah.
We got Renee.
Once you went,
Renee
you went out.
birthday. Her birthday is April the 27th. Maria Waite's birthday is April the 12th. I'm telling you, April is a month
So
of
happy birthday
birthdays.
to all your April.
Yeah,
Happy
just say
birthday,
that's-
April.
that's-
Right.
that's-
Happy
that's
birthday,
what we do.
April. Love you guys.
All
They
right.
are, what are they? Some of them,
Aries.
Aries?
Aries and Taurus.
Aries and Taurus.
Is that
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, they are
Mhm.
Aries and Taurus. Wait, what's May? Taurus.
I don't know.
Or March. What is
Virgo's
March? Is
in
Pisces.
September.
Yeah,
October,
Taurus. Yeah,
so-
I'm August. So
So
yeah, happy birthday to all of the August babies. And yeah, I think we're done. You
all
done?
right,
Joe?
I'm done. Listen, hey,
done?
this is great.
Great.
All right.
So you guys, this is Candid Talk Radio on intellectualradio.com. The stars were born, sis. See, now you taking it a little bit too far.
Right.
We ain't say all that. See, I said, see, Renee, you see how you had to come. The stars were
Subpar.
born in the fall months. August,
it
September,
is.
October, November, December. I'm just
I
keeping
tell
it
the
real.
people all the time.
Well,
like,
just starting in
we
July.
do a hand raise at the church, and we go month by month. In
Yeah.
October, it just happened to fall that way, where it's the more October babies, and so we kind of
Right.
you know tease everybody about that. But happy birthday to all the April
April
babies. out
birthdays. Yes.
there. All right.
So you guys, this is Candid
right.
Talk Radio
Yeah.
on intellectualradio.com. And I wish you all a very blessed and safe weekend. Reach out to your loved ones.
What's
Don't
up, fam?
just reach out to your loved ones, because there's been a lot of people
Yeah.
finding their relatives passed away in a house,
Yeah.
and reach out to your loved ones. If
Yeah.
you know you haven't heard from that relative, pick up that phone or go knock on that door. And especially if you got an elderly relative, please go and check on them.
Or a friend.
That's good
Or a
advice.
friend. Yeah,
That's
please go check
That's
on
good
them.
stuff.
And guys, and
All
see you
right.
next
Love you.
weekend.
All right.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks. I got through.
You did it.
Okay, just finish, but we still live over here.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he cut it off.
No, Earl didn't.
He did.
No,
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought he did.
we're live over here. Okay.
But no, the
did an
guys,
amazing job.
this was fantastic.
Yeah,
I
you
was-
got a great radio voice.
Thank you. You. I've been speaking for years, so I did.
Mhm.
So finished. Okay, finished.
Yeah, just hit finish and then hit share.
Okay, then share. There we go. Cool. Tracy Jennings coming at you on a wheel of steel. We're gonna.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. We have created a monster.
You know.
We have created a
Wait a
monster.
minute. On the wheels of steel. We're taking requests here tonight. But no, this is awesome, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you for allowing me to get some. But yeah, just let me know what you want, because it's a lot of information, Chris, that I
Yeah.
do want to share with people. That
Well, I think that
that
you
they-
should be
they-
like
they-
our informative
that'll be great.
person to come and get information. You give me what you want to talk about.
Okay.
We post what, and you post
Okay.
on yours. She posted on
Okay.
hers. I posted. Dion posted, and Chris
Okay.
posted. So they'll know
That'll
what the
be
topic
awesome. That'll be
is,
awesome.
because it's so sad, but we need this
Yeah.
information
Yeah.
to definitely.
But yeah,
go out.
if you go to the website, it's it's the map of the website. You already got me cool.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Mhm.
and LinkedIn, and so we're excited about.
Oh, you friends with Stacey Lowe, Leslie
Yeah,
Washington.
She went to
but
school
it's
with all of
all
us.
us. Yeah, they're all our peoples.
Yeah, he
You're
went
right.
to school with all of
Yeah.
us.
She's Eastern Star too.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because when she named all them, I said all them Eastern Stars.
Yeah,
okay.
you know they're in my
Right.
chapter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you the what's your highest title in your chapter?
I'm the worthy matron.
That's who you are. Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I got several of my members are Masons.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so they be come on, Pastor, come on.
Today's date.
The fourth.
Fourth. Okay.
Yeah. So they be like, come on, Pastor, come to one of our meetings. I said, one of these days. Because it's a lot of I know a lot of Alpha brothers, Omega brothers, they also are Masons.
Mhm.
You know,
We have
so,
a lot of
yeah.
political people. We have the biggest lodge.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
have about 860 some people in our lodge. Yeah.
That's active?
Yeah.
Wow.
hmm
Yeah, that's awesome right there.
We do a lot of stuff. We got, like I said, we got a
Oh,
lot
there
of
you go.
political people, and that's what makes it a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
So it's Dr. Wilson is he's a brother now
He's a Mason?
at our lodge.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to talk with him at some point.
I told you,
Afterwards.
I told you before. Just let me
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Let's set that up because I think that would be a good person for me to.
He's supposed
know,
to be coming
just-
on the show in a couple of weeks. So maybe y'all can catch each
Y'all,
other then.
I almost look like a natural on here. I'm
You're a
watching
natural.
myself.
That's
I said,
it.
oh
You
my
figured it
goodness.
out.
Oh wow. So yeah, I'm gonna.
That's all you got to do. Whenever you want to go live and just hit that and
Okay, cool.
yeah, like you can announce when you're coming. And
Okay, that would be great. Because I know that's because a couple of people was hitting me. It's like, why didn't you tell us you was gonna be here? Because I didn't know I was gonna be here.
Especially if you want to educate. I think Facebook is a good platform
Yeah,
when it comes to educating the people about anything.
because
That's what the first
I
thing I'm
really
gonna go
want to talk about that voter suppression.
yes.
You think about it. They told us that they were going to take our vote. We would be up in arms.
Well,
Oh, with the pitchfork. But here it is. They done uglied it up so bad that you staying at home.
Yeah.
They didn't
I
even.
worked the
you know,
elections.
yeah,
I didn't work it
yeah.
this time
Mhm.
because they were trying to cheat me out of my money. Because they changed the pay because I was normally an election coordinator
Right.
where I was over it. So we went from making 100 and they was only trying to pay us like 3 something.
Really?
And it's like
Why they do? Oh,
because
because of the runoff.
no, this was before the runoff.
Oh, so this was it.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
This was regular merit because they contacted me and they were like, "Are you going to teach the class?" And then I was like, "Well, yeah, I'll teach the class." And I said, "Yeah, I'll teach the class because, of course, I got $800 for teaching the class."
Mm-hmm.
And so when they sent me the thing for the class assignment, I had to go to the University of Chicago to teach it because that's where it said, "You want me to teach an 8-hour class?"
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah,
a lot
no.
of people. In And then he let me to be downtown at the Board of Elections at 4 in the morning.
Right.
And
And
then,
it was a 3:45 period.
Yeah.
Oh no.
so you want me there at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I won't be by me being the coordinator, I wouldn't get back.
Mm-hmm.
It depending where you sent me to,
Mhm.
up north or whatever. I live in Flossmoor, and coordinators, you got to make sure the keys is there. You got to make sure the
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't get back home until 2 or
Right.
3. So that's
Right.
a 12-hour day.
Right.
And you're like,
Right.
so, and then they said Perwinkle changed the amount. And, so it's just like, here I am. I'm taking this day off to do this, but now I can't get paid
Right.
for,
Right.
so.
Well, it was nice. And if you guys gonna be here next Thursday,
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll text you.
Yeah, let me know.
I have your phone number. Text me your phone
Right.
number.
Okay.
Mine. Is it
But
on
that's the business. Let me give you
Oh.
the cell. Just take the cell down real
Why-
quick.
you-
You probably, I know, I got yours. So
Yeah, we talked on
yeah,
the phone
yeah.
before.
So I know I got yours. Yeah. But
Yeah,
just
so we'll just include you in the text.
okay.
So you started your campaign already? Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, we just finished first quarter. We raised first quarter over $20,000 so far.
Okay.
It's a a long way to go, but we're meeting with some people next Monday actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this-
714
Mhm.
7956.
Mhm.
714.
So we got a meeting with some because I live in Westchester,
Mhm.
and so we actually the group that we backed because we backed 3 trustees. One was being reelected,
Mhm.
and 2 new trustees
Okay.
because we wanted to oust the trustees that were in there. So we
Okay.
won Tuesday
Okay.
night, and then the school board out here, which is 209 Proviso.
Mhm.
The group that came in, Ned Wagner, he's the president. 4 years ago, he inherited a $10 million deficit. Now the Proviso Township has a $64 million surplus.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And the we out in the West Burbs, the Melrose Parks, and they have a lot of influence. So this is the first time in 30 years that none of the Italian mob, so to speak,
Okay.
are heading up these different towns. So we're real excited about that because we've lost business. I've been out here for 23 years.
Okay.
So we've lost businesses in Westchester. And Westchester, the reason we won't move because it's so central to everything.
Mhm.
I can jump on. I got 294 right there, 355. So
Yeah.
that's why
290,
I can
you
shoot
got
to
everything.
Naperville. I can shoot to Schaumburg. I can shoot downtown. I can
Right.
all the airports. So we talked about moving, years ago, and we was just like, well, everything's so convenient. I can go anywhere I want. Even when I go to the South Side, I jump on 294 South. I don't even, So that was, and so we're excited because we're going to get a economic coordinator in the village. Also, we're going to bring in a grant writer to start writing grants to get, because we got infrastructure issues. It's an older town.
Yeah.
And so, and so you got infrastructure issues, roads and different things that need to be taken care of. So yeah, we're excited about that. And
are you guys partnered up with the Broadview mayor?
I know Katrina. Katrina, actually, my daughter's first job, Katrina used to be in parks. In the park district. So I know Katrina, and
she just became mayor
like maybe I want to say
2 years ago?
Not quite 2. I think their last election.
I can't think of the guy's name that was the mayor.
Yeah,
he came to the studio a couple of times.
Yeah, so but no, this would be awesome, and so we can definitely start letting the people know through my campaign Facebook page too. Can I go live on my campaign Facebook page? Oh, okay. Okay. See, I got to teach me all this stuff now. I don't know all this stuff, but this is cool. So I appreciate it. All right. To next week. Yeah. Nice meeting you. Look forward to working with you guys.
Yeah.
Right. Now that you know, now that we know, but thanks, Chris. Thanks for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. So you just let me know.